In the late 1800s, Germany's industries controlled Venezuela's shipping and banking system. In the time also going on was the Venezuelan Revolution. Germany was getting concerned with the safety of these corporations. So Germany set massive fines against Venezuela for damaging any property of any German companies in the country. The president of Venezuela after the revolution was a military leader in the revolution period, and he did not care about paying Germany back. These pictures are of Cipriano Castro, president of Venezuela after the revolution, who was also a revolutionary leader who refused to pay the fines for Germany. As a result, Germany joined forces with the United Kingdom and eventually Italy to set up a blockade on Venezuela's coast to completely disrupt almost all of foreign trade. Venezuela started to get annoyed, so they arrested a noticeable amount of Germans and British living in Venezuela. They would also halt and board British ships passing by. At the same time, the US sent London and Germany a request for arbitration, which would let America help them settle any dispute. America offered this because of the Monroe Doctrine, did not want things to escalate into an invasion by Germany into Venezuela, because that would force the US into a war with Germany or Britain or any country that invaded. Anyway, well, Britain demanded an apology for boarding their merchant vessels, but never once got one from Venezuela, so they started bombarding the Venezuelan port. On that exact day, when the US wanted arbitration, Germany was stubborn, but on the other hand, Britain wanted it and wanted to make a compromise with Venezuela to end the blockade. As you know, compromises are Theodore Roosevelt's specialty. And anyway, if you were wondering, this is an illustration of what the blockade looked like. There were a bunch of ironclad ships that would destroy any of Venezuela's forts. To keep you from getting bored, I put in some pictures. The other one was an illustration, whereas this one's a real-life picture. It's really grainy because the 1800s technology wasn't all that, but it was only one of the ironclad ships out of the whole blockade, and it was still pretty big. Anyway, back to the story. Germany was about to invade Venezuela, even though America forbade them from doing so because of our Monroe Doctrine. Theodore Roosevelt personally sent a message to Germany saying that our huge naval fleet that could destroy and annihilate Germany's minuscule fleet was waiting for him to give him the order to destroy the blockade. However, Britain thankfully persuaded Germany to agree to the arbitration eventually before we had to do that. With Teddy's knowledge of how to get both sides in a dispute to compromise, all of the countries worked things out eventually, and we avoid what could have been a premature World War I with Germany. If by any chance you actually care, the outcome of the compromise was that Venezuela must give 30% of its income from its two major ports to all nations it owes money to, and at least $27,500 to each on the spot. The naval blockade was lifted. Also, this incident inspired Theodore Roosevelt to write his famous Roosevelt Corollary for the Monroe Doctrine.